Okay, ladies, what my cobbler does for me, he replaces the heel tap and sometimes the toe tap on all of my high heel shoes, especially when they get worn a little bit or they get trapped in the asphalt. So let me show you really quick what I am talking about. I have a pair of my Christian Louboutin heels that I love. I got from Neiman Marcus some years ago. And I wear them quite a bit because this heel is not as high as the Socates, and I love them. But I often get this tiny heel caught in the concrete asphalt wherever I may be. And so when that happens, it pulls the entire shoe off of my foot. But it also rips the heel tap. And so let me give you a view from the side. You can really see what happens. If you look closely, you can see a little gap from the red part of the heel to where the leather meets. And so there's a little gap right here where my cobbler couldn't get it smooth again and get it flush, where it's flush down on the shoe. And so that's from me stepping on asphalt and concrete and it grabbing my shoe and, sometimes ripping the leather clear off the back or even taking the heel tap clean off to where you see the metal screw that's in the bottom of all heels. And so my cobbler often replaces my heel taps. Now, they need to be replaced when you look at the bottom and you can see the metal screw, or like mine, the asphalt or something grabs them and then it starts to separate from the back part of the heel. And so he'll polish them for me and he'll replace the heel taps. Another thing that he does for me that I love is when my red bottoms get worn, where this red part is tan, what he does is he put these nice rubber, it's called Vibram, on the bottom so that I still have my red bottoms, but it is a rubber sole that has a nice grip. And I love this nice grip because it actually gives me good grip when I'm walking and keeps me from sliding. But I love it just because it continues with the red bottom. So not only have I had my red bottoms done like this, I've had any of my tan bottom shoes that I really wanted to have a good grip on. And so I love that about my cobbler. Now, I will tell you, before I had him replace the sole with this rubber, I would buy the red paint to repaint the soles over and over again. And I bought that from the place called Sole Galore, S-O-L-E Galore. And they actually have matched Christian Louboutin's red on the bottom. So you take it and it's like painting and you just paint the bottom. But I would get so exhausted with painting them and having layers and layers of paint, I would take it to my cobbler, the shoe repair guy, and he just would replace it. And so it gives me lots of wear out of these shoes. I have had these red bottoms for years. In fact, you can look at the style of them, just the pointy toe and just the spikes. I don't even think Christian Louboutin makes these anymore, but that's how long I've had them. So not only do I get this done on the red bottoms, I've had it done on a pair of my Sarah Jessica Parker pumps. Now, when you talk about a pair of comfortable shoes, Sarah Jessica Parker hit it out of the park when it comes to her high heel shoes. And so I've had these for quite some time too. I can't remember where I actually got this pair from, but you see the initial on the inside, SJP, Sarah Jessica Parker. And her shoes fit a lot like Manolo Blahnik's. And so again, my cobbler would replace the heel. Yep, when they get stuck in that asphalt, that concrete, that crack that should have broke my mama's back, when they get caught in that, he replaces it. But also what he's done is he's replaced those upper leather bottoms with some rubber grips. Now this doesn't match as well like my red bottoms, but I love that this rubber sole give me a nice grip when I'm walking. Now, the other thing is the way that he put these on. See how it built the shoe up a little bit? Now, if you're not going to be fond of that, then you may want to let the cobbler know the inches in thickness that you want the rubber sole to be. On this pair, I didn't pick it when he did it, and so it was a little too thick. And so he could have taken it off, but I was okay with it because it gave me a little bit of height on the front, and it made the shoe a lot softer and a little bit more cushioned. So I love it. And so when you go to the cobbler, those are just things that you can think about. Getting your heels replaced, you know, bringing that up to date. If you have the scratches, I love this on Sarah Jessica Parker shoes. If you have the scratches, or even if you need for the cobbler to put an extra hole in your Mary Janes, he can do that. And I would have him put an extra hole because if you haven't noticed this about me yet, I have very tiny ankles. So whenever I buy a pair of Mary Janes or any shoe with a strap that has to go across my foot, around my ankle, anything like that, I have to have an extra hole put in so that it is tighter across the ankle and the foot area that's close to my ankle. And so the cobbler can do that too. And so if you are considering going to a cobbler, I had two when I was in the Washington, D.C. metro area. One was out in Loudon County, and he was at, the Red Soul or something like that. The other one was in Tyson's one outside on the bottom level outside of Cheesecake Factory. He was another one that I used. Since I've been here in the South, I've only had two things done. The first cobbler I went to, I felt like he ruined my shoes, my Aquazuras, and he lost the pearl out of them. And the second one was a guy at a boot store, and he did a very good job. And I think I'm gonna stick with him, let him shine all of my shoes. The ones that I feel like I need to put new rubber bottoms on, I'm gonna have that done. And then any of them I feel like I need to replace the sole, the heel tabs, I'm gonna have that done. And then my last thing that I have done, I didn't pull that pair, but the last thing that I'll have done often at the cobbler is I will have toe taps put on. And so toe taps, again, is just a rubber piece that they put on the front when you have a shoe that is very pointy like these. Sometimes when you walk, because the foot naturally walks like this, you can ruin the toe of your shoe. And so if he put a toe tap on it, it's just a thicker piece of rubber that goes right at the front of your shoe that keeps you from scraping and ruining the tip of your shoe. And so that's another thing that my cobbler typically does for me. So I wanted to talk about that just because I got that pair of red stilettos stuck in the asphalt today, and I had to pull it out. And I was like, I hope it did not pull the heel tap off, and I hope it did not scrape the leather. So for me, I was lucky this time, but in the past, it has taken the heel off, scraped the bottom, and just ruined a pair of pumps. So my luck shoppers, until the next time, take very good care of your shoes and make sure you find a cobbler that is able to execute the things that you need so that you can have your shoes for years to come. And remember, the motto is buy better, buy less. So Sarah Jessica Parker's reasonable, but will last a good lifetime if you take care of them. And the same thing about the Christian Louboutin. Take care of them, they'll last a lifetime. Until the next time, keep shopping, even for the perfect pair of pumps that'll last you a good while.